غالي جاوب عن سؤالي يا قلبي يا خالي جاوب عن سؤالي مشغول من ايه وشاغلني ليه مشغول من ايه وشاغلني ليه ليه يا قلبي يا قلبي ليه
يا خالي جاوب عن سؤالي يا قلبي يا خالي جاوب عن سؤالي
مشغول من ايه وشاغلني ليه مشغول من ايه.
All right. Wait, am I not muted? Okay, but Max is. All right, guys, welcome to the sixth episode of the 10+1 World Cup Podcast. I don't really expect anyone to be on the chat except James William. uh, but, anyways, even if it's one person of 10 people, it doesn't matter, or zero. We are going to be talking about the World Cup, and we are so close to the end of the World Cup. So, Max, it's been a while. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for having me.
All right. So, actually, since the last time you were here was actually the before the whole World Cup started, I don't remember who did you have winning the World Cup before the whole tournament.
I had Argentina winning the World Cup.
Same. So we're still alive.
We're still hanging on.
And a lot of people had Brazil winning the World Cup, and now they're out.
Yep.
So, anyways, let's jump into. First, we'll talk about the quarterfinal before we talk about the semifinals. World Cup. All right, just scroll up here. Oh, that's good. All right, so first let's talk about the first quarterfinal we had, which was Croatia versus Brazil. Croatia beating Brazil on penalties. Did you expect that result, Max?
I did not. Definitely did not expect that result.
Because
but I had the thought of that, like the moment the penalty came around, which was like that build up to that very moment was definitely very intense in the extra time. But the moment like the penalty began, I knew like Brazil had no chance.
Yeah, because Croatia scored every penalty, and Brazil they missed two of the penalties. And well, I didn't actually watch this game. I actually woke up to watch the other game, kind of.
Okay.
Now, but when I woke up and I saw Croatia beat Brazil, I'm like, seriously? Because I had 5 Brazil players in my World Cup fantasy team. So now I have to change majority of those players into, the players that are actually still in the tournament. Because I had no Croatia players. I have no Morocco players. So the only ones I really have in my fantasy team for now is just Argentina French players, which is only like 4 out of the starting 11.
Nice.
So yeah, I have to fix up my World Cup fantasy team by a lot.
I think all of us have to.
Yeah, unless someone. Have you used your wild card? Because this is the best time to use it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it.
Then you're fine because you don't have to take minus points. Unlike me, I could have a starting 11, but I won't have a bench. Like, if I have a bench, I would have to have a minus 12 point hit. But I'm at the top, so I might as well be like, maybe I'll just get the best starting 11 and just hope they all scored well. But yeah, my reaction to that Croatia-Brazil game, I saw that Brazil took the lead, so I would think that Brazil would have held on, but it seems like they wanted to attack more and they paid the price. And here's an interesting stat. every single time since 2006, when Brazil played a European team in the knockout stage, they lose.
Okay.
So the last time Brazil won a knockout game against a European team was the 2002 World Cup final between Brazil and Germany. That's the last time Brazil has ever won against a European team in the knockouts. The last time. So
That's
it'll
interesting.
be at least maybe around 24 years now in 2026. Because I think 2006, they had Ghana, they beat Ghana and then lost to France. 2010, they beat Chile but lost to Netherlands. 2014, they beat Chile and Colombia. And then you know what happened? Lost to Germany 7-1, lost to
Yeah.
Netherlands 3-0. 2018, they beat Mexico, but then lost to Belgium. And then
Yep,
this year,
I remember that.
beat who did they? They beat South Korea, but then they lost to Croatia. Well, they draw, but it's still a loss because they didn't go through.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think if
So-
I remember correctly, their first shot on target was a goal for Croatia, if I'm not
oh
wrong.
god.
Yeah.
So that kind of tells you that all it takes is one shot to basically, in a way, for Croatia, win the game. Because I think that was in the 117th minute.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like instant counter attack, pretty much.
oh damn. So there, Croatia are in the semifinals for the
Yeah.
second tournament in a row. And who would have thought? The next game, I think, was probably a game of the tournament. Netherlands v Argentina. What are your thoughts on that one?
Sadly, I didn't watch this one, so you go ahead and tell me what happened.
Well, actually, I only really watched the second half. The
Okay.
first half, I was still a little bit sleepy, but I saw that Messi made, I guess, the pass of the tournament. An
Okay.
assist. He basically took out 5 Dutch players from getting anywhere near the ball. And then I think it was Montiel, the right back, that scored for Argentina. Like Messi dribbled, he was facing this way, but then he made a pass that way.
Oh, nice. No look.
So like a 90 well, I guess, well, no, yeah, 90 degrees or something like that, yeah, to his left. But all the Dutch players thought he would like pass it straight to, someone in front of him, but no. And then Argentina were given a penalty. Messi scored 2-0, and
Yeah.
then the Netherlands, they didn't equalize. They got one back. Weghorst scoring,
Okay.
and then that's when all the madness kicked off. There were fights. There were yellow cards. There was a red card by the end of the whole penalty shootout on Dumfries. And then in the 100th minute of the game, but not at extra time, it was added extra time. So
Okay.
after 90 minutes, they gave 10 minutes of added time because of all of the yellow cards and all the
Makes
stuff
sense.
and all
Makes
that.
sense.
The Dutch Netherlands had a free kick. Instead of like hitting the wall or shooting, they pass it on the ground. Weghorst, the same guy that scored the goal earlier, on his feet, made a little turn, shoot, scores 2-2 with the last kick of the regular time of the game.
Damn.
And because I wanted Argentina to win, I was like, seriously. And then extra time. The closest opportunity was Enzo Fernandez. He hit the post
Okay.
like near the end of the game, and then went to penalties. And in the end, Argentina wins. So we do have a South American team in the semifinal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, just more fighting. after the whole game.
Yes.
Like I don't know if you saw. Did you see Messi in one of the interviews?
No, I didn't.
It was I guess one of the Netherlands player wanted to swap shirts with him, but he's like,
Uh-huh.
what are you looking at? Go away, dummy. Go away. So it was
Damn,
so
that would have been intense.
yeah. So I think this game is now, what do you call this? The game with the most yellow and red cards in World Cup history. With
Makes sense.
17, with the last one being in 2006, where Portugal beat. Guess who they beat in 2006?
2006.
In
Not sure.
the game that was known as Battle of Nuremberg in the
Oh,
round of 16, where there was, I think, 12 yellows and 4 red cards in that game.
damn, what's my brain not working?
I'll give you a hint. We are literally talking about the team right now.
Oh, okay.
Netherlands.
Yeah, right. It's been a long time.
But how come all of a sudden Netherlands always like what do you call this? In 2006 the Portugal game, 2010 the World Cup final. Remember the De Jong karate
Oh.
kick to Xabi Alonso,
Right, yeah.
and
Yeah,
then and then 2018 this game. So
They're
that
a
one
fierce
was,
team.
yep. And every time they had that sort of game, they end up losing somehow. So
Yeah.
not a good look for them. But that means that Croatia meets Argentina in the semifinal,
Yeah,
which is
sadly.
they actually played in 2018. Croatia beat Argentina 3-0, but we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about Morocco beating Portugal.
Yeah,
Did you watch that one?
I did not watch that one.
I watched again. I was actually sleeping for like the first part of the game, but I was able to catch like the last 10 minutes, and I saw it was 1-0 Morocco, and I was like, oh god. So I turned it on, and then it was basically all Portugal attack.
Yeah, it was.
En-Nesyri was the one that scored the goal. He jumped like basically like how Ronaldo jumps, like
Uh-huh.
almost like 2.5 meters
And then
higher or whatever. And then so that's what En-Nesyri did. He jumped very high and then headed the ball into the net. And then after that, it was just kind of defending for Morocco, and in the end, it worked. And they are actually the first African team in the semifinals ever.
yeah, they're doing really
So
good somehow.
and also, I think they only conceded 1 goal in the entire tournament, and that one was an own goal.
Oh,
They conceded an own goal. So some Aguerd, one of their center backs, scored an own goal. But that's the only goal they conceded, Morocco. So they are very good in defense. But there was a red card in that game. One of the like substitute strikers, I think.
okay.
He got booked back to back in like 2-3 minutes apart. He got a yellow card for like a foul, and then 2-3 minutes later, another foul, a yellow card, but red card in the end. But I guess in terms of at least helping Morocco go through, maybe it was a good-ish sacrifice, maybe.
Maybe.
But yeah, Morocco are true, and they will be
Yeah.
playing France, who beat England 2-1. I'm not sure if you watched that one.
Watch the highlights. Yeah.
Uh, what do you make of? I guess let's talk about England. So, what do you make of England with the highlights you saw?
Um, I think England. I don't know. I would say they played the best they could against like France. You know,
And then,
but
in terms
yeah.
of France, what are your thoughts on them now? Now that they're in the semifinal as well.
Um, compared to last World Cup, I I don't have a hope for them winning. But so far they've been performing like above like my expectation even. Yeah. Like
Yeah, I
my
mean,
expectation is they will be average and they are performing above that. So yeah, we'll
yeah,
see. We'll see.
yeah. Remember in the pre-tournament show
Yeah.
we did, I had France bottom of Group D.
I mean, I didn't have them that being that bad, but yeah, I didn't expect them to be this like
Yeah,
consistent.
same. I thought if even if they make the knockouts, I think England were actually the better team, but
Yeah,
France took the opportunities, the chances, um, when it mattered, and yeah, it means that France, I think, for the first time since 1998, that the defending champions made the semifinal 4 years later. I think uh,
dang.
since 2002 the champions always been like knocked out in the groups,
Yeah,
except in 2006, but still made the quarterfinal. So that means that our semifinals are Argentina, Croatia, and France versus Morocco. So
yeah, with weird dates also.
yeah, yeah. For me, they're both at 3 o'clock in the morning, but for the third place game and the final, is at 11 p.m. for me or
Yeah.
10 p.m. for you. So it's practically the same. But let's talk about Argentina, Croatia.
Oh, I wish like the team would like swap.
As in,
Yeah, I want like as in like Argentina play against France maybe, and then Croatia,
uh,
Morocco, or like one of those. Yeah, because I'm personally I'm rooting for both of this team, Croatia and Argentina, and now
okay,
they one of them will be out.
be eliminated. Yeah.
Yeah.
But who you think now? Since you said you're rooting for both of them, one of them's going to make the final. Who is it going to be?
Oh, yeah. I guess I will stick with Argentina going through because that's my prediction. But my
Yeah.
heart is for Croatia for sure.
Uh, for me, I think it will be a close game.
Mhm.
But I will say, I in the quarterfinal predictions, out of the four quarterfinalists, I predicted correctly 0 out of 4. I got every one wrong. I predicted Brazil beat Croatia. Brazil's out. I predicted Netherlands, even though I had Argentina pre-tournament winners, but I predicted Netherlands to win. Netherlands are out. I had Portugal beating Morocco. Portugal went out. And then I had England beating France. England are out. So I because I have Argentina as my pre-tournament winners pick. I will go with Croatia. Will beat Argentina.
All
Um,
right.
nah. Okay, if I'm being really serious,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think it will be 1-0 Argentina. Maybe a set piece or a moment of magic from Messi or someone like that.
Okay.
Um, I just think Argentina I know Croatia are able to get back into the game, but I think
Yeah,
Argentina won't want to be what their rivals Brazil did in a way.
yeah, for sure, for
Like
sure.
so I think it will be 1-0 Argentina win. That's what I think. But if I'm going to not jinx it, then I'll say Croatia win 1-0 or something. Or on penalties. Who knows? It could go to penalties, but we'll see.
So okay, so if it does go to penalty, like who do you think will
Ah,
come through?
I mean they both won the last in they both had close
Yeah, yeah,
penalties. I mean, I think both goalkeepers for both teams are good.
definitely.
I feel like it might be Croatia if it somehow
Yeah,
goes to
I have
penalties.
the same thought. Yeah,
Yeah, because I feel like maybe you'll like Messi will miss a penalty or save penalty.
true. That definitely gonna happen.
Uh, but I do think uh I don't think it'll go to penalties. This one.
Yeah,
That's what I
that's.
think. I think it'll be a close 1-0 Argentina win.
I feel the same. Yeah,
All right,
I think
and
it might be like 2-1. Yeah, because I feel like they both are pretty good at attacking. I mean, Croatia more like counter attack, but yeah,
yeah. Well, to be honest, Croatia isn't compared to 2018 not really the most exciting
true,
team.
true.
I
So
mean,
so is
they
Morocco.
only yeah, and also Morocco. So I've been seeing people say Croatia Croatia versus Morocco final.
Hmm.
They were both in the
Oh
same group.
man, that
Guess what was their score?
it was it was a draw, right?
What type
No,
of draw?
and was it a 0-0? If I remember,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Shit, I
I'm
remember
like
that.
I'm like it was an okay game. I mean, it'll be a different circumstance because it's a World Cup
Yeah,
final,
yeah.
but I don't want to see.
Yeah, I
I
agree,
might as
agree.
well just wait for the penalty shootout if it's Croatia Morocco final.
I mean, history will be made, but it would be
Yeah,
a pretty boring
but I don't.
history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, the other game, the other semifinal, which is tomorrow night, it's France
Hmm.
versus Morocco. Who do you think will win?
Um, I would have to go for Morocco. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. What type of way will the game go? Or what's the score you think? Because I say Argentina 1-0, maybe like set piece, moment of magic from Messi.
France, Morocco. In France,
How will Morocco get their win?
I think it will be 1-1 to
And
extra time and then penalty.
and then they win
Yeah,
on
yeah.
penalties. Okay. Uh, the thing is with Morocco, I know they're more of a defensive team and they've done very well defensively.
Yeah.
I just think that out of the four teams at the semifinal, they haven't proven, obviously they haven't proven at this level a semifinal of a World Cup. So I don't know if the pressure will be on them because France, they've won the World Cup, so
Yeah,
they know
yeah.
how to do it.
They have
Croatia
experience.
Croatia made the final as well. They know how to do it. Argentina, they won the Copa America last year, but also in 2014 they reached the final. So, there's three out of the four teams have reached the World Cup final in the last two World Cups, whereas Morocco, this is like the first time ever. So, you know,
Yeah.
there will be, it's a different feeling, because, there have been African teams, Asian teams North American teams in the quarterfinal. But when they get to a semifinal, that's a really big moment for the team.
True.
So, and also I think there's some injury concerns, especially in defense. I
Okay.
think the two center backs, Saiz and Agued, might be maybe a doubt, not sure.
That's not good.
But obviously, I think they're still going to be good defensively. But I just look at like the teams that Morocco have faced
Yeah. Yeah.
in terms of the European teams. Croatia, not really the best attack at this World Cup. Belgium, only scored one goal all tournament. We're out, and they had at that time Lukaku wasn't fit. Hazard is not really added, so it's not really the best Belgium attack that we knew, like even at the last Euros.
True.
And then in the round of 16 with Spain, um, I'll say Spain didn't create anything in that game, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the weakness of Spain is the attack, and obviously the strength is midfield. But
I mean,
you
they
know,
they did
Spain
they
didn't
did do
create anything.
7-0, right? Remember?
But that's against Costa Rica, who are kind of past it. But yeah,
Yeah.
and then against Portugal, I mean, I think out of the four European teams, I think Portugal was probably the most potent of the four that
True.
Morocco has faced. And I think that maybe one or two chances for Portugal would have gone their way and maybe have won the game. So there's that. But I think if I was to compare Portugal's attack to France's attack,
Yeah.
I think it's
That's
a different level. You have
it's a
Mbappe on
definitely
form, you have Giroud on form, you have Griezmann on form, even though he doesn't score goals, but he's actually
he's
been one of the best playmakers
yeah.
at this World Cup, apart from Messi, I guess. And then Dembele has been all right, you know.
So yeah.
So I think this is the best attack that Morocco has faced in this World
Definitely.
Cup. And I just feel like
They,
France might edge it. Maybe not like a huge scoreline, but I think I'll go like a 3-1 or 2. Okay, I'll give Morocco a bit of defense.
3-1. Okay.
Maybe 2-1 France. Maybe Morocco score first. Who knows? I think
Yeah.
I think what matters for Morocco is they don't concede first, because they haven't.
Yeah. That's
The Morocco has never been like behind at all in this whole World Cup. So if France are the ones that score first at any point in the first 90 minutes, then we'll see what Morocco is all about. So, because they might be a little bit more open because they have to get another goal.
Mhm.
So that's why I think, if France scores first, I think the best that Morocco could hope for is penalties. But I just think that
yeah. Yeah.
the form that Mbappe, Griezmann, Giroud are in, I just think it might be enough for France to go through. So I'm going with France 2-1. Maybe France score first, Morocco kind of come out, and then they equalize, and then they try to hold it out, and maybe France score a second. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so that would be my World Cup final, Argentina v France, and I think you have Argentina v Morocco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somehow.
So I mean, both Argentina and France, they've won 2 World Cups before. So if both of them meet in the final, it's basically who's going to win the third World Cup.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
And then if it's that 0-0 Croatia v Morocco final, then one of them will win the first World Cup, which which is good for
Yeah,
them. But nah, I don't want. I'll be waiting 120 minutes just for a penalty shootout. Just give us the penalty shootout or whatever. But yeah,
I mean, who knows if Croatia and Morocco actually meets? Like, they might like
oh
do some craziness, Like,
yeah, I
oh,
think
they won't expect us to do this. Let's just
yeah
go
to
on,
score.
go on. Like,
I think if both Croatia and Morocco are in that third place game, I think
oh
you
yeah,
because it's only for third place, but you
true.
might as well like
They would just
open up a little bit, and that's when like usually the third place games I don't really watch them, but they are usually known for some high scoring games
true.
because both teams don't have a chance at winning the World Cup anymore, so it's more of like just end it off on a high basically.
Yeah, yeah.
So if Croatia v Morocco third place game, I wouldn't mind watching that because I think they might as well just be open, just enjoy because I think Morocco arriving or basically like riding the high tide,
Yeah,
of being in
definitely.
a very very good position. And for Croatia, I think this is the best Croatian generation. Um,
True.
you have some old players from 2018, but you
Yeah,
also have some very
it's a
good 2022 new young players.
it's a good balance.
So there's that. But yeah, that's basically it for our semi-final prediction. Stop sharing. And yeah, what are your thoughts on what do you call this? The match tonight, Argentina Croatia.
My thoughts.
Like
Well,
overall feeling, and do you think Messi will show up, or do you think Modric will win the show?
I think Messi will show up. Like, the whole team expect him to show up, and yeah, it's a lot of pressure for him, but he's used to it.
It's yeah. But even same with Modric. I don't think Modric has scored a goal at this World Cup, but he's still been one of Croatia's
Yeah,
best players.
he has been. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
My heart would definitely stick to Croatia, but I think Argentina is just a smudge better at the moment. Yeah.
yeah, I think Argentina are also riding on that like high wave, basically,
Yeah, yeah. Like,
same
we're
as
finally
Morocco,
here. Let's just keep going.
because both Croatia and France has been in this position in 2018, so they're kind of used to it. So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
that recent experience can help, because I don't think apart from Messi, Otamendi, Di Maria,
Hmm.
I think those are the only 3 Argentina players that played in 2014. Most of them,
Oh
I
yeah,
think, are
yeah,
kind
yeah.
not really
In the
new, but
final.
they haven't been in this sort of position of a semifinal. Apart from like Messi, Otamendi, Di Maria, which all 3 of them, I think this is their last World Cup. So
Yeah,
want to go on a high, and who knows,
definitely.
maybe if Argentina wins on Sunday the World Cup final, I think Messi is the best player of all time. That's what I would think. I don't know. But if it's France that wins on Sunday, if they reach the final, you know, could you imagine Mbappe winning the World Cup back to back? And I
I do
think
not want to imagine
you and
that.
I were both older than Mbappe.
Yes, we
I
are.
think for you, like by a few days, and me a couple of months. The
Yeah,
thought that Mbappe would have 2 World Cups and we're already older than him, where is Messi? I don't know where's Messi, but
we'll see tonight.
yeah, but could you imagine Mbappe winning back-to-back World Cup titles?
Yeah.
And also imagine, because Benzema wasn't in the 2018 World Cup squad,
Hmm.
I guess not selected, and then for
Yeah, yeah.
2022 he gets injured. If France wins the World Cup, and Benzema will have had 2 World Cup titles, but he will
Yeah,
probably end up with 0 now.
true. That'd be crazy.
And I think the last time the champion won back to back was Brazil in 1962, and that's with Pele when he was also Mbappe's age of like 22, 23. So
Yeah,
maybe we're watching the our generation's Pele in a way.
history being remade.
Because I think Mbappe now has 9 goals in both World Cups. I think 4 in the
Yeah,
last World Cup and 5 this time.
he
And
scored a
he
lot.
still
Yeah,
has 2026. He'll be 27. Then the 2030, he'll be
yeah,
31. I'm not sure what he'll be like when he's like 35. So he still has 2 more World Cups, basically.
definitely.
So who knows? Maybe we're all watching our generation's Pele, and maybe when we're like
And why does it have to be a
40,
French player?
this is a good time to be a French player or a fan, basically.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, if honestly, if they win this year, like they
I wouldn't
definitely
mind,
deserve it.
honestly.
Yeah, they definitely deserve it because like nobody expect them to even come this far, and like they're
I think
showing.
some people had them going far,
But
like the
this
casuals,
this
but
far
not.
though,
But I don't know about back to back. I
yeah,
do
yeah,
think some
that's
people had, because I know people had like a Brazil v France final pre-tournament. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
Mark
makes sense.
Goldbridge had Brazil France final with Brazil winning. So just replace Brazil with Argentina, and that's the final potentially.
Yeah,
And the fact that Argentina started the tournament with a 2-1 loss to Saudi Arabia, and in that second game against Mexico, had they lost to Mexico, Argentina would have been eliminated already.
yeah, I remember that game.
So that would be some, not really a comeback, because people still expect Argentina to progress. Um,
Yeah, we
but
might see both of them in the final. We'll
yeah,
see. We'll see.
Argentina, France, final for me, for you, Argentina, Morocco. So you're saying both European teams get basically
Yeah,
eliminated. Or what
yeah.
if we get Croatia, France final?
Oh, if Croatia, France, Croatia easy win. Like there's no
Uh,
point of France even playing the final. Like no
yeah,
point.
the repeat of 2018, but I just think that France will still win it. But who knows? Well, we'll see in less than 48 hours we will know the final,
Yeah, yeah,
who's playing.
pretty much.
Ooh. So let's see. So yeah, that's it for today's podcast. Unlike last time when I was very sleepy, this time I'm actually a bit awake. I'm not sure if I'll watch tonight's semifinal, but if I can, then I will. If
How
not,
long is it
then
from now?
uh, if it's at 2 a.m. for your time or
Okay,
3 a.m. for me,
so
it's
three.
if it's going to be 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock for you, 5 hours. roughly.
Ah,
But I
okay.
woke up at like 5 a.m. today.
All right, all right. We will
But
see.
yeah, thank you guys so much, even though it's just been one viewer. But thank you guys so much for watching. Max, where can they find you? I guess assuming
Yeah,
there,
just
that's
search
his
this
YouTube
name
channel.
on my YouTube.
Yeah. And until then, we will see you guys in the next one, which will be, I think, will be Well, actually, it will be Saturday at this time. Would you be available?
Saturday, yeah, of course.
That would
Wait,
be
next Saturday?
at this coming Saturday. Yeah, this coming Saturday.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
And then, um, the final episode, the 8th episode, will be next Monday or this coming Monday, when we recap basically the whole tournament, because it'll be after the World Cup final, and then
Okay.
obviously the AFF Cup, the actual World Cup begins. uh, but yeah, until then, we will see you guys in the next one.